I've been reading this super interesting book called Existential Kink, and the book explains why your manifestation doesn't work. Why doesn't it work? You can manifest through the conscious, like the things that you are aware of, but also you can manifest through the unconscious. And the book explains that all the manifestation that really happens is all through the unconscious. With your head, you could think like, I am rich, I am receiving money, I have good relationships. But if your unconscious is thinking otherwise, you will not get what you want. You will actually get the thing that your unconscious, your shadow wants you to have. So for example, you can think about apples in your conscious, in your head, like apples, 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 manifesting apples. But if the unconscious is actually manifesting lemons, because maybe some past reason, could be a trauma, could be your upbringing, could be the forces around you, or maybe just nature, actually life will give you lemons, because that's actually what you are manifesting from deep down, the dark, unknown, the shadow inside of yourself. One thing that makes this book a bit controversial is that the author says that all the things that are in your life right now is a reflection of your subconscious manifestations. So all the things that you have in your life come from what you actually deep down want, because the subconscious always manifests itself into being. So all the things that you have are from there and are things that you actually want. I don't know if I'm totally agree with that, because she includes sickness, she includes all the financial problems, she includes family relationships, she includes other relationships as well. So yeah, there it starts to become a bit controversial, and that also explains the negative reviews on Goodreads. And an interesting example from the book is a guy losing his job. He lost his job and he was like, wow, now I need to live with my parents again. I need to be home, and wow, I hate my life, it's shit. But actually, when he looked very deep at himself, he saw that deep down there was a desire to be cared for by his parents, by other people. And by losing his job, he manifested losing his job in order to move into with his parents again, so the parents could take care of him, because that's what he deeply desired. And it's the same with money. Money is also interesting, because a lot of manifestation is around money. So people try to manifest more money. I'm wealthy, I'm wealthy. But actually, there could be that there is deep down, there is something in the body that actually says, I love the feeling of not having, because it makes me powerless, and I like to be in this dynamic where other people need to take care of me. And in that way I can feel loved. If I have so much myself, how could I feel loved, right? And in that way, they manifest what their unconscious want. The unconscious is actually wanting this. And the book describes it as a kink, so something that has some sexual turn on by the body. Another example to close off with is it happens in relationships as well. It's a bit more of a controversial topic. Why do some people choose people that are not good for them, right? Maybe aggressive people, or people that are very belittling to them. Could be that there also is a deep kink, deep down desire for that kind of interaction, for that pattern of maybe getting belittled or getting maybe aggressiveness from the partner, because it feels safe or because it feels like home. So what do we do with this if we actually want to manifest what we want to manifest? Well, we bring light to the shadow. So we go very deep into our body, and we're going to really see and observe inside of ourselves what does turn us on. Interesting, right? Do I actually like lemons a lot? Do I like lemonade a lot? Maybe you're not aware of that you like lemonade or not, because society, maybe your upbringing, doesn't allow you to like lemons, but deeply inside you get turned on by lemons. Lemons, lemons, lemons. Well, if you don't know it about yourself, you cannot change it, because you're convincing yourself all the time that you love apples, but you're actually not loving apples as much as you love lemons. And this usually comes from maybe pressure from society, that you need a certain husband, that you need a certain job, that you need something else, but you're not happy with it. How do you get over this? You look very well at yourself, like what does subconsciously turn you on? Like try to dare to really look without any preconceptions about any things in your head, just really feel into your body. And maybe you can start to feel like, oh yeah, actually I like to be taken care of by other people. I like when people support me and I feel loved in that way. And by bringing light to that shadow, you can dissolve it. You dissolve the shadow by bringing light, by bringing conscious to this unconscious part of you. And I think that's super beautiful. And in that way, you get the lemons, you get what you deep consciously want, even though it's not good for you. Maybe lemon juice makes you sick. But we bring the light to the lemons, we can see them for what it is, we can enjoy the feeling, we can enjoy I love when that happened to me, because really, it makes me feel so powerless, it makes me feel taken care of, etc., etc., depending on what your shadow is. And by looking at it and by really enjoying lemons, it's not so special anymore. Those lemons are lemons. I can see them for what it is. And at the same time, there is place for apples as well, for the things that we consciously think they are good for us and that we consciously want. So the lemons are here in the light. The apple is here in the light as well. And now we can choose what is good for us. We can still enjoy the lemons, even though they're a bit bad. But at least we know where this pattern comes from. And now we can also enjoy the apples fully, right? Because we have them both. I love you guys. This book is called Existential Kink. So if you're interested in this book, which I highly recommend if you're dealing with not being able to manifest what you really want to manifest,